Wow. Wow. I got to play now. Wow.
The best thing about this is I get to see 20 George Strait shows next year. It's like incredible.
Is the sky the limit?
I guess so. I mean, I heard we're going to Mars.
This week on Headline Country, holy hootie, look who's going to be the next member of the Grand Ole Opry. Zac Brown Band's Southern Ground Music and Food Festival lands in Music City. Part 2 of my conversation with King George Strait. And Little Big Town celebrates a career first. Plus, we'll head to Chicago to catch up with fast, and I mean fast rising stars, Florida Georgia Line.
Hey, it's Martina McBride, and Headline Country starts right now.
Hello, everybody. I'm Stormy Warren. Welcome again to Headline Country. Well, if you've been following the success of Zac Brown Band, you know that music is just one of Zac's many talents. As an accomplished chef, his goal has always been to merge the worlds of food and music together. It began as eat and greets before every show, where the band's lucky VIP guests would share a family-style meal. No pictures, no autographs, just a shared moment between the fans and the band. But over the last couple of years, Zac has taken the eat and greet to a whole new level. Their Southern Ground Music and Food Festival guarantees no fan goes home hungry. Zac and a bunch of his favorite fellow musicians, including Greg Allman, Sheryl Crow, and John Mayer, gathered on the new Great Lawn at Riverfront Park in Nashville. And this is where you really wish we had smell-o-vision.
Hard and cold, but love runs deep. She's fire on the mountain, wrecking everyone she meets.
All right, so there's the music part. That's no surprise. The big thing about this festival, the most unique element of this Southern Ground Music and what festival?
Food.
Oh, but don't you worry, friend. She's coming around the bend. She's holding out in her hand.
It seems to be like you filled the void in what has been around for entertainment for a long time. You've had the hot dog stands, the burger stands, the funnel cake stands. Yeah. This isn't like that.
You're exactly right. That's what's been missing. When you pay $80 to $100 for a ticket to go see a show, and you have to eat garbage. And this is just giving the fans a greater experience.
When we sat and talked a long, long time ago, this was little more than just a dream. You said, hey, here's what I'd like to do. I think this would be really cool to tie this all in. How fulfilling is it to see the dream come to fruition?
Man, every day when we go out and on the stage and we play and we look out there and see all the fans and doing it in our world that we've created and set up, it's a testament to the team of people that we have together, because what can be dreamed up is now a reality, and that's the talent of our whole team. So kudos to all the folks at Southern Ground and all the people that help us to do it.
The man responsible, Chef Rusty Hamlin. Man,
good to meet y'all.
Good to meet you guys. This is a dream, I know, for Zac from a long time ago, probably a dream for you as well.
Correct.
Talk about the early discussions and how it's come to fruition.
I'm gonna tell you what, sitting on his couch out at Lake Oconee, Georgia, and just him coming up with the idea that want to super service fans as soon as they get out the car until they are on their way home. And part of that was the food. That's where the eat and greets came into play. And it just so happens I was sitting right next to him.
What void does it fill for you guys? I mean, it's one thing to think of the fans, and that's awesome, but what does it fill for you guys?
Just looking out there right now, even when we're not playing, and seeing everybody having a great time and seeing everybody just looking super served.
Production on this is so huge, and it takes a lot of work, and the fans love it. I mean, I get a kick out of taking care and feeding everybody every day. So, yeah. I am a little surprised it hasn't been done, but now I know why it hasn't been done.
It's a lot of work.
It is amazing, but man, the rewards are endless.
We started a couple years ago, I guess, with the eat and greets, and we're bringing everybody in and feeding them and getting to be with, break bread with them. And people remember it. They remember being fed.
Georgia shrimp cake.
Rock shrimp.
Rock shrimp cake.
Tell me what you think for sure. Don't lie to me now.
That is not a funnel cake. Oh my God.
And a pot of sugar on that, brother.
Oh my God. Cheers. This is not just you guys performing up there. You're sharing the love.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it really is. I wish I could sit out there all day and listen. There's a lot of stuff going on. We're proud of the people that we support, proud of the artists that we get to say are Southern Ground. We're proud to say we're Southern Ground, and you pay it forward.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is the sky the limit?
I guess so. I mean, I heard we're going to Mars.
He's always had big dreams, and I have yet to see any of them die. I don't count him out. Congratulations. Zac Brown Band's current single, Goodbye in Her Eyes, is currently climbing the country singles charts. Well, it's going to be a busy couple of weeks for Darius Rucker. Along with gearing up for the release of his new country album titled True Believers, he also recently learned, after being surprised by his pal Brad Paisley, that he will become the next artist to join the Grand Ole Opry family.
Darius, fans would like for us to add a question and answer session.
Yeah, I think we got one more. Who do we have?
Yeah. Yes,
this
sir.
man right here.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So,
This is funny. This is funny.
The first thing I thought is, does he owe me one? Did I do something last? That was really the first. Did I prank him last? Because he's about to really get me right now.
first question is, are you still the worst poker player in the world?
Yes, I'm still lose money every time I play.
Other question is, would you like to be the newest member of the Grand Ole Opry?
Oh, you're kidding me. No, you're kidding me. Tonight? Really? No.
Ladies and gentlemen, Opry history at the invite of Brad Paisley, who surprised him tonight. Darius Rucker, October 16th, becomes the newest member of the Grand Ole Opry. You'll be able to see it live on GAC.
There's nobody in the business that I would want to have done that than Brad. That was a perfect moment.
I am totally moved. Wow. Wow. I got to play now. Wow. Brad Paisley, ladies and gentlemen, my idol.
There's people in my life that are going to start getting cursed out because I can't believe the people that knew. Like, my wife even tricked me, and she never tricks me. She even tricked me. I'm like, wow, that was awesome. What an awesome night.
So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me.
You can catch his induction live right here on GAC during our special live edition of Noteworthy at the Opry on October 16th, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be back with more of my conversation with George Strait right after this. Coming up, more from my conversation with George Strait, and we'll catch up with his tour partner, Martina McBride. Welcome back to Headline Country. Well, now that he's going to be taking one final tour of the country beginning next year, what else does George Strait have up his sleeve? In part 2 of my conversation with the King, George opens up about what we can expect to see out on the road and what the future holds in regards to new music.
An old troubadour when I'm gone.
You think about you and Norma, you're on a military base. You're thinking that music just might be your future. You're playing in a band. To think what has happened from that point to this point, 30, 40 years later after that, I mean, you couldn't have predicted this.
No.
There's no way you could have predicted this.
No, who could have? I mean, you know, it's exceeded my expectations by millions and millions of miles. I can remember walking through MCA Records back in the 80s and seeing a gold record on the wall and going, wow, I wonder if I'll ever have one of those. Just one. I just want one.
And now you're second only to, or third to only to the Beatles and Elvis for the number of gold and platinum albums. That's a fact.
It blows my mind, you know. That's
The Beatles and Elvis and George.
Great company.
Surprise, your new love has arrived out of the blue, clear sky.
2-year final tour, fans are going to expect, or at least hope, that you're going to be digging stuff out that they haven't heard in a long time.
And I probably will do that. You know, but it's so hard to decide on a set list, you know, from year to year. Some songs you just can't leave out, you know, you have to do them.
Well, excuse me, but I think you got my chair.
At the same time, you can't load a show up with a bunch of ballads and expect the party to still continue out there. without putting people to sleep. You have to do Amarillo, which I love.
Marina Del Rey, The Chair.
Fireman, those songs I have to.
That's what, 4 or 5 of at least 80 that you have to do.
Yeah.
I'm loved by Mom, that's my name.
With your time off after this 2-year run, what are the things you haven't done yet? What are the things you're making time for?
I'm not really carving any time out for anything specific. I'll just have to, when I get to that point, see where that takes me. See what it is that maybe I want to do. I mean, I just don't know right now. Like I said, I'm still going to make records as long as they'll let me.
Now, George will not be alone on the road for his Cowboy Rides Away tour. Next year, one of his favorite singers, Martina McBride, will once again be his support act. Needless to say, she was thrilled with the invitation.
Martina McBride.
Hey! George is going out on the road one last time for 40 dates, and you get the first half of this run as his opening act.
One thing is to get to tour with George Strait, but get to do it 2 years in a row? I mean, it's crazy. Best thing about this is I get to see 20 George Strait shows next year. It's like incredible.
Check yes or no.
He commands a certain respect and he has a certain presence that he has when he walks on stage, and it's just beautiful. It's great to see.
To be a part of this farewell tour, what does that mean?
It means so much. It's a career highlight for me. I can remember when Unwound came out, and I thought it was the greatest thing I'd ever heard, and Amarillo by Morning killed me. So to be part of this historic tour, it's a very emotional moment, and I'm just proud to be part of it. It's something I'm never going to forget. The great thing about George is he's a class act, and this is going to be a really classy, wonderful 2 years.
What would be really cool is maybe a Martina George duet somewhere down the line.
I like that idea a lot.
Wouldn't that be kind of cool?
Yeah, it would be more than kind of cool.
The Cowboy Rides Away tour kicks off on January 18th in Lubbock, Texas. We'll be right back. Still to come, Little Big Town motorboats their way to #1. We'll take you to their big party on Music Row. Little Big Town finally got to do what they've been dreaming about for the past 13 years, celebrate their first #1 song, Pontoon. The Little Big Party kicks off this week's look at stories making country headlines.
On the pontoon, making waves and catching rays up on the roof.
When it got to #5, we were going, I think it might go to #1. and it did.
When news broke of Little Big Town's Pontoon hitting #1, Nashville knew it was time to party, as the band's 13-year journey to the top finally became a reality.
There's something that's so fun about it and easygoing, and that groove is so great. I think from the first time we heard it, we thought, oh man, we've got to cut that.
Celebrating Pontoon wasn't the only thing to be proud of. Just days before the event, their latest record, Tornado, debuted at the top of Billboard's Country Albums chart and at #2 on the top 200 all-genre chart.
We've gotten so close before, and it feels good to be on top. We like it. Let's keep it going. Let's do this again.
It's safe to say that Blake Shelton's career is far from over, but when the reigning male vocalist of the year's latest hit single became his longtime producer Scott Hendericks' 50th #1, it was Scott, not Blake, who became worried.
It's like, oh my gosh, please. I don't know if I want if this is going to be a #1 song, does it really have to be called Over? Can we change the title?
Blake surprised the veteran hitmaker with a VIP party in Nashville.
I appreciate all the support that you're showing for this party that we're having that Scott Hendericks doesn't know about for his 50th #1 single in country music. Yeah!
People make their careers off of one #1 song. They build their lives off of one #1 song. Scott Hendericks has had 50 #1 songs. It's unthinkable.
Along with Shelton's Over, the pair's chart-topping collaborations include Drink on It, God Gave Me You, Honeybee, All About Tonight, and a handful more. And what's even more impressive is the list of stars like Trace Adkins, Faith Hill, Brooks and Dunn, Alan Jackson, John Michael Montgomery, and Restless Heart, who Hendricks also helped take to the top.
A goal of mine was never to have a #1 song. It never was. It's just to do a good job with and make the artist happy of what we created together.
Little bit of devil
Celebrations on Music Row continued down the street as Love and Theft made a pit stop in Nashville to be honored for their career first #1, Angel Eyes.
I don't think it'll ever really sink in. Maybe if we get another one someday.
And as if topping the charts wasn't enough reason to celebrate, the duo recently found out they are nominated for not 1, but 2 CMA Awards, Vocal Duo and New Artist of the Year. Well, after celebrating platinum status for his latest single, Hunter Hayes has also just been named Billboard's youngest solo male artist to top the charts with his smash hit, Wanted.
It's been a bit of a whirlwind, but it's been an absolute blast. I have a lot of people to thank, and it's been hugely just enjoyable. I've loved it.
And fans are loving seeing the live version out on the road as Hunter is currently touring with the one and only Carrie Underwood. When we come back, we'll head to Chicago for Florida-Georgia Line's sold-out show at Joe's Bar. Finally today, we head up to the windy city of Chicago and one of my favorite places to see a show, Joe's Bar, which recently hosted a sold-out show for rising newcomers Florida-Georgia Line. Not long before their debut hit, Cruise, became an overnight sensation, Tyler and Brian were painting houses and putting toilets in my kids' school. Really? But now, thanks to one of the summer's most catchy anthems, their music career is cruising. Take us back 2 years ago. What was going on in each of your lives?
We were living together. We were painting houses, building golf carts, washing cars, putting up bathroom stalls. Really, whatever me and Brian could do to pay the bills and then still not have a real job so that we could write songs.
We've been very fortunate, very blessed that everything's come pretty natural, writing, singing together, and just even hanging out. Like I said, we moved in together, lived together for 2 years. So.
And now we still live together on a bus about 6 days a week. So it's, you know.
And it's still working. That's good.
It is, man.
It is.
Joe's Bar, Chicago. It's neat to see that you guys, it's not just the South, it's just not the mainstream country markets. This is suddenly Chicago, one of the biggest cities in the country. You guys are headlining this show. This is your show now.
It's great, man. Last time we were here, we were opening up for our buddy Corey, and it was a great night, great crowd, and great place, and we're super pumped. I think tonight's gonna be big, man. We're excited.
When's the first full-length album coming out? Obviously, it's something you're gearing towards and working on right now.
We've been in the studio pretty much nonstop if we're in town. We're in the studio working with Joey, and it's a creative process for us as well as, you know, singing and all that, but we enjoy writing and tweaking the songs and just taking our time with it. So we're trying to rush, but also take our time.
We can't wait to get the new music out to our fans. They've been nothing but amazing. I mean, they've been spreading our music like wildfires, and the support is just, I mean, it's humbling for sure.
You have to sit back and take it in sometimes and really let it sink in, because it's just so fast. Everything happens so fast, but it does motivate us and makes us want to see where we can go with it, man. You know what I mean?
Part of the magic of everything coming together is the song Cruise. What is so magical about that song, do you think?
Man, I think it's just something about the feel, man. It's just a feel-good song, and the lyrics, and it's just the vibe of it, man. It's just one of those songs that, you know, just kind of make you feel good, man. Just, you know, there's really no denying it.
That vibe isn't just in the song. That's kind of defines you guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, we wanted something that's fresh and something that's our own. You know, you hear other artists and other people that try to sound like somebody else, and we've just always, since we started doing this, trying to be ourselves and bring what we both have to the table and try to be original and something different, you know?
To see the swell of support, it seems like a community rallying around you guys. Do you guys feel that?
It's definitely a camaraderie in country music that's really cool, and you know, a bunch of encouragement definitely going on. So we're excited, and we're super blessed to have such a great, you know, fan base and team around us for sure.
That's right.
Due to the response to Cruise, Tyler and Brian are working hard and fast to put together their first full-length album. So far, Florida-Georgia Line has released 2 EP collections. Well, that's it for this week. Next week, we head down to Key West, Florida with Montgomery Gentry, Craig Morgan, and Daryl Worley. And a lot more for the annual Country on the Beach Cancer Research Fundraiser. Until then, stay in touch using all the social stuff you see on the bottom of your screen. Take care, everybody.
But we are two true believers. Yeah, we are two true believers. Hang on.